When deciding what anime I want to dedicate my precious couch time to, I choose either an anime with a banger unique concept, or an anime with such a ludicrously stupid concept that I need to watch it out of morbid curiosity. And yeah, that can be the same thing. Like Punchline, the anime about a dude who explodes the earth if he sees panties twice. I won't elaborate any further, but I recently watched an anime purely because it sounded stupid, and boy was I in for such a ride. You may as well have called this anime a Catholic priest, and my mind a little. Just the title of the anime, The World God Only Knows, sounds like it was written for you to only glance at while scrolling Crunchyroll and then never look at again. The description is also the most dry, uninteresting piece of Boruto you could ever imagine. Keima, a high school student, is an avid player of romantic simulation games. He's known on the internet as the Divine Capture for his legendary skills to capture any 2D girl in games. In his real school life, Keima is considered nothing but a gloomy geek with thick glasses. You can pretty much guess what the story will be from this. The main character, Keima, who's a nerd, suddenly falls into a real-life romance. Pretty standard stuff, I'd say, but no, the actual plot is so much more goofy. Keima shakes a poor sinner's hand and makes a deal with the devil to catch demons who have rooted themselves into girls' hearts. And to catch them, he must make his own way into the girls' hearts and drive the demon out, aka he needs to make the girl fall in love with him or they die. Yeah, they just straight up go 0-1 IRL if the main character fails to make them fall in love. But luckily, Keima is the ultimate dating sim gamer who's so famous that the people online call him the god of conquest, the female whisperer. He's the goddamn CEO of women. And so he uses these god-given powers of playing video games to steal innocent damsels' hearts. As you might guess, I didn't have any expectations for The World God Only Knows, or as the hip kids say it, Twogok. But it actually turned out to be one of the best rom-com anime I've seen in a long time. So much that when I was done with the anime, I started reading the manga. So this is why Twogok is an emotion-filled, funny harem rom-com with some actual depth. One of the most interesting aspects of this series is how every arc ends. Your usual harem anime arc would end with a girl falling in love with the main character after he makes her heart beat faster or something. Seriously. Then bada bing bada boom, we have another love interest. Let's throw her in the truck with the others while we go pick up the next one. But it's actually different for Keima, because the side effects of driving the demon out of the body of the girl is that she loses all of her previous memories of what happened with the main character. Full Who's M style, which makes the structure of the story much more focused on one individual instead of an entire circus of people in love with this one random forgettable protagonist. And so the story follows a 2 to 3 episode structure where the main character finds a new love interest, realizes she has some sort of problem which has caused a demon to jump into her, and then he tries to help her solve her problems, leading to a dramatic finale where they fall in love. And then she may have forgotten everything, but she ends up having grown as a person. Her previous life-changing problem is now something she has overcome, and she can now face the world as a happier and more fulfilled person, with only one slight feeling that she was forgetting something important. Let's talk about that. Now this is where the story suddenly turns a bit depressing, cause my boy Master of Women Keima's life-changing opportunity of saving girls' lives suddenly changed from a blessing to a curse. I remember when the first arc ended and they showed the girl forgetting Keima, and I remember thinking, damn, that's fucked up. He's stuck in this constant purgatory of growing attached and basically falling in love with a girl only for her to forget him over and over and over. This really enriches Keima's character and gives him a more depressing side that not many romance anime would dare to make. And in a moment of weakness, I turned to a cursed side I never should have looked at. Like I just looked at Medusa in the face head on. I was frozen in disgust at the side of the Crunchyroll comment section.
It's a good thing the girls forget his conquest. He would be in a pinch with too many women. Oh.
The first 130 men got me into this. Sorry, please wait for me to reach a save point. Haha.
Reality is just a crappy game. You said it, buddy.
Yeah, I really shouldn't have expected much, but I thought at least some people would think that Keima is more depressed than a Rent-A-Girlfriend fan. Then, after the end of the next arc, when the second girl forgets everything, I saw the Crunchyroll comment section slowly change.
My only question is, how is he going to keep himself from turning into an emotional wreck? It's obvious that little by little each girl affects him. So what happens when he's got all these crazy feelings and she doesn't remember?
Oh, now they're getting it. Well, it's very sad when the girls forget him. I still really love how the story goes in this direction. You actually get satisfying endings for the girls, while Keima is the only person who doesn't get this ending. And that's why the story revolves around him, and not only the girls. The more you watch The World God Only Knows, the less you care about the girls. Instead, you start caring about your boy Keima getting his own happy ending. Another great rom-com that I remember doing this is We Never Learn, where throughout the end of the story, the main character started to realize how he's only been helping other people, but he needs to also be true to his own desires. Whichever ending you get in the manga, the main character always ends up getting into his dream job of becoming a teacher. Because when it comes to rom-coms, the girls aren't the only people we should think about, no matter how many awesome Rias cards there are out there. Finally, there was one more detail that particularly stood out to me. When watching one of the episodes of Twogok, we're randomly shown B footage of some random car, but on that car was something that caught my attention. Basically, there was a pink ribbon there. At first, I just thought how it was kinda nice for them to put a pink ribbon there to show their support for women with breast cancer. Then I thought it over for a bit and suddenly asked myself, why is there a pink ribbon in the background of this random rom-com about a gamer helping cursed girls find love? Yes, the girl can turn so much stereotypical and predictable, and yes, Keima can turn into such a goddamn redditor sometimes, oh my god, but it's very easy to see the love and care put down by the studio Manglobe when watching this. The girls aren't over-sexualized and flat as they are in literally every harem rom-com ever. Instead, they have good characters and good emotional beats. Also, they're children, so if you expected anything otherwise, what are you doing, bro? And if that didn't convince you that the studio Manglobe, who also happened to make Samurai Champloo, had a real passion for this series, then there's also the fact that they skipped hundreds of chapters of the manga, cut a bunch of the story even though the anime wasn't even close to the ending, and Frankenstein their own ending in one final season, just a year or two before the studio's insolvency. Rest in peace, Manglobe. So what I wanted to say is that I started watching this anime with the lowest of low expectations, but I was actually flabbergasted, fully bamboozled, and even a little bit gobsmacked by how this anime was actually good. I'm not saying it's perfect, it's far from that. But it was a pleasant surprise, with even the comedy being pretty on point. Like how the ending is actually just the girls from the anime playing with paint, only for it to zoom out in the end and show that they all drew the main character's face together with their feet. Now that's some good fucking comedy. Just like Rent a Girlfriend is a great fucking romance. Hey, it's been a while, it's so fun to be making videos again. If you guys have any good underground anime or manga that you want to recommend, then please recommend them in the comments, I'll definitely check them out. And if they're good enough, I'll probably make a video out of it. So it's been kinda hectic over where I am. I've moved like 2 times since the last video, so that's why I've been so busy. But I'm hoping to have some more videos that I'll be able to pump out in the future. Anyways, that's really all I wanted to say for this video. That'll be all, back to the music. Bye bye!